Hello and welcome to the Blue Tweezer channel, Self-Alan from the channel for our very irregular Wargame chat, Tweezer talk. Good to see you all, and already got some activity in the chat, so that's big appreciation for that. So, and the viewers are counting up, and it's good to contact everybody and say hi, and wondering how things are going in the wargame world for all of you. We're just going to wait for see if we can build up a bit more of the Tweezerati out there. And let's see who have we got here. We have Stephen Roberts, hello, and Extra Squeaky, and Ken, and hey Mike. Mike here, Botticelli here, hello, and Simon, Brian, Groucho Marx, oh, yeah, the glasses, and Jeff Wesovich, hello, and Simu, oh god, there's loads and loads out there. How's everybody doing? Have they had a good month so far? I did a New Year's stream in January, and let's face it, I did it to nip into the time slot that usually the war room is at, and I've done it again. Sleight of hand, or not quite hand, sleight of video, sleight of stream, something like that, to pop in on the time slot and say hello to everybody, keep things going while the cats are away. I'm the mouse who's coming out to play, and hopefully loads of others as well. Koi, good to see you as well. And wow, got 14 in at the moment. So so what's everybody been doing for the Wargaming month? How's it been treating you? Anything new you've been looking at and playing, and see how you get on? We've got a packed show. Not as packed as usual, because there's been quite a small time period between the New Year's here, last one, and the winter one, but we still got some stuff here, some interesting new stuff. First thing really to cover, I suppose, is since the New Year's stream, we have actually topped 2,500 subscribers. Would you believe? 2,500 people who have nothing better than to watch my rubbishy videos and live streams, which, well, don't amount to very much. So well done everybody for doing that. The loyalty is completely unappreciated, and yeah, there's no prizes here as usual. There's no giveaways. It's just the fact it's 2,500. And maybe I remember on 2,000. I'm pretty sure at 2,000 I did a little dance, but 2,500 not. It's got to get to 3,000 before I do the 3,000 subscriber dance. And if you weren't around on the 2,000 subscriber dance, well, I think it's on the channel somewhere. You can dig it out, and yeah, if you really dig deep enough. I think I was at Games Expo at the time, and yeah, but you're not getting one on 2,500. That's just not good enough. And here we got. You get 10 quid to subscribe, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you do. You actually get it off Jester at the War Room. So you need to see him, but subscribe anyway, and put your bill in, and I'm sure he'll turn up with something for you. Maybe 10 quid, maybe. Yeah, it might be in a dollar amount actually, seeing it's coming from him rather than you. Ken's clipping Winter's Victory. That's that huge ILAO game that just came out. New England Simulations. Yes, a lot of people have been waiting for that, and I believe it's yeah, I was talking to I got a message through from Second Chance Games, I think it had got it in and had it at a special price, and so I looked at the special price and it was still over 200 quid. They're like, yeah, no. so well done for getting Winter's Victory, and well done on the second mortgage application succeeding as well. So well done, Ken. I think everybody give Ken a round of applause for that. And Groucho is clipping some last 100 yards. Right. But of course, as we're over in Europe here, not in America, we always refer to it, as I have done several times in the War Room, as the last 91.44 metres. So we have to get our nomenclature right here to yeah, just get it right. Okay, but Groucho, good to hear. Lots of clipping going on. Any playing, you know? Are you like me, just clip stuff and then actually just put it away and clip some more stuff and then actually get into a game? It's not actually true. I don't clip either, but no, I do. But I'm not very religious about it, as you probably all know. Gareth, hello. You said you wanted to turn up, and you have. So, quite a great integrity there from Gareth. Well done there. Simon is diving into a rabbit hole. Oh, CDGs. Right, okay. Those old chestnuts. Turmoil 1 and 2. Don't know those ones. Just arrived. They European Turmoil. Is that Compass? Is that Compass? I think. Good old Twilight Struggle. Yes, it's behind me somewhere. It's behind me. God knows where, but it is somewhere there. And Shores of Tripoli. Oh, I haven't got that one. Good. Any more coming through? Any more? Brian, did I read you out? Yes. I said hi, Brian, and from Montreal in Canada. Lovely. Must be bloody cold there. Mind you, it's not particularly warm here, but you know it's the usual kind of dreary. Actually, it's quite a good day today. Earlier we had some sunshine in Britain in February. Yes, I know. It was amazing. I actually didn't have to zip up absolutely warm to walk around outside. So yeah, I actually had some of the doors open. I was able to go into my conservatory and not freeze various extraneous, unmentionable parts of my anatomy off. Brian, balmy 7 degrees C. Oh, I think that's about all we got here actually. So, well, good. Library of Napoleonic Battles. Yes, within your budget. I mean, they're not the cheapest things either, are they? I mean, over here they're over £100 each, and they're not exactly the biggest games, are they? But yeah, okay. So yeah, well into budget. Good. Oh right, you play with Ian Ruffo, Gareth. Oh, how's he doing? I haven't seen him for a while. I don't think he hasn't turned up to the Alton cons for a while. So yeah, you clip as you play. Wow, that's yeah. I'm not surprised it turns him mad after a couple of hours. Look, get on with your turn and stop clipping. Good. Yeah, we go. Groucho, the Frenchman, he's agreed. 91.44 metres. The last 91.44 metres. I think there is actually a Euro version coming out from GMT Games, which actually has the title changed. I won't swear to it, but I understand that that's the case. Yeah. How far can you stretch a pretty bad joke? Well, we'll see. We'll keep going. Leonardo says beautiful maps in Winter's Victory. Yeah, from the screenshots and stuff I've seen, absolutely. Of course, I've got still waiting for my ILAO 1807. Although it seems like loads and loads of people over in America have already received those. I've seen the amount of videos there, unboxings and stuff that's going out there, and I'm sitting there going, well, bloody hell, I kickstarted this and I haven't seen anything yet. So yeah, wondering where did I miss? So it's apparently not as far as 100 yards. Oh, really? Okay. If you say so. If you say so, Mike. But I kind of looked it up, but maybe I got the joke completely wrong, and it's falling flat on its face. But I'm still going to go with it. Okay. So what have we got this evening? What have we got? So 2,500 subs. I did mention that, and thanks everybody for subscribing. And if you haven't, what the hell are you doing here? But if you have subbed, thank you very much. And yeah, see Jester for your £10. Nothing to do with me. Sorry, it's I've outsourced the rewards out to Jester, and he'll deny it. But you need to be persistent. Keep at him, and he will cough up eventually. I guarantee it. So go for it. Right. What else? Oh, 2,500. So does it need to be anything over 2,500 subs? That's big news in itself, isn't it? I mean, Christ, they're talking about it in Parliament here. I swear. But no, we got some new games, of course. Not too many because, as I say, it hasn't been long since the last the last chat, but we'll go through those. We've got my Discord games in play that I'm all playing online, and that's actually grown. The number of those have been growing, so that'll actually be a bit bigger part of the show as we go through those. We have AltonCon coming up in mid-March here, 14th to 16th, I think it is, which is local to me. It's about 10 miles away. So I kind of turn up each day and crawl back to the house after a good gaming day. That's the Thursday to Saturday, I think it is. And I'm hoping, because I still haven't got it yet, is the new Compass game CSS, The Enemies at the Gates, Berlin 1985. And I'm sure you're really, really bored about me droning on about that game because it's just somehow captured my imagination. And yeah, really, really looking forward to that one, but it's still not here, a bit like Allow 8007. So, but I'm not bitter, not at all, bastards. Yeah, so AltonCon there, we've got that coming up, so looking forward to that. And then we do still have some games incoming, so and should be fairly soon, and particularly The Enemies at the Gates. That should be here fairly soon. Although I did read from Compass Games, I think they sent me a Kickstarter message saying they've just finished shipping all the Kickstarters. So sod's law, I will be one of the last, and I probably won't get this until March, and I probably won't be able to play it at AltonCon, but you never know. I've got you interested, Gareth. Wow. Oh, you say Cabin Commander Great War. Oh, good. I haven't seen it for ages. I haven't seen Ian for ages. It got me interested in Berlin. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, there's urban warfare on CSS, and I've really seen that before. It's all been open country. I mean, it might not be great, but I just got to kind of see it. And Berlin isn't really kind of covered that often. I don't know, and I already know the system. And yeah, I just thought, yeah, go for that. So, oh, Simon, you're only up the road from me in Reading. Oh, okay, that's what. Ooh, that's only about half an hour's drive from here, and you're away skiing. Well, there we have it. Simon's priorities: Wargaming weekend skiing, Wargaming weekend skiing, and it's skiing. That's very disappointed. I think. Shall we? Can you block people from your channel? Can we block Simon for just letting the side down? Frankly, it's just letting the side down. Yeah, there was an SPI Berlin 85. I think I'd never got anywhere near it. I think there's been a couple of others. I think, but just the fact that it was a series game that I knew the series on, and just kind of clicked on me. But yeah. Oh, we're back. Now we're back. There was a minor hiccup in the force. It is as if a 1,000 bits per second simultaneously cried out and was silenced. But we're back. They woke up again. So sorry about that little hiccup. And you probably missed. I was still nattering on about the enemies at the gates. So and Simon, yes, sorry, I was berating Simon for heading off to skiing and stuff. It's just poor show, isn't it? It's just poor show. Anyway, right. So yes, we've got some games incoming as well, and well, let's be honest. By that time, you guys will be either asleep or so bored you would have just hung up anyway, and gone and watched something else, or gone and done something else more interesting. So that's probably good enough. I will also be doing little playthrough bit, try and get that working. How do you compare CSS with GTS? So CSS is simpler. So the combat. I don't. If you know GTS, I'm assuming you know GTS, or maybe you know CSS and you don't know GTS. But I'm going to assume the other way around. Tell me if I'm wrong, Simo. But if you know GTS, there's all the different weapon types. That's simplified down to three. You've just got small arms, high explosive / armor piercing, and then indirect, and that's it. So just the three types. You've still got that kind of structure where you've got divisional activations and formation activations underneath divisions, but all that kind of restrictions on firing and all that stuff's gone away. It's just activations, and you can plug away and do what you like. There's less activities. You've still got the the disorganization levels. You don't have the other. You have the suppressed and pinned, but you don't have the cohesion hit stuff at all. You just have the disorganization. So it's kind of simpler than GTS. Kind of easier to get on with. It has had its problems. It had some artillery problems, which kind of fixed now. It's a little bit artificial. I won't bother going through it, but yeah, that's kind of the main differences there. The way the command points and dispatch points work is slightly simpler as well. But you know, you've got that kind of bare system still there, but it's been simplified. Nordic, hello. How goes it? It goes. It does go, but I'm not sure where it's gone. But yeah, thanks, appreciated. How goes it with you? And what you've been playing, what you've been doing since the last chat, which is not that long ago. But yeah, let us know. But good to see you on the channel. And we're all mourning the fact that Simon's not going to be he's going skiing rather than going to our local convention here. Yeah, I'll probably keep banging on about that throughout the whole stream, but it's just such a disappointment. I don't know. Right, let's crack on with things, shall we? Yes, let's get on with things. New games first up. Okay, what have we got? So we've got a couple came through on P500 from GMT. And we had first one was Norman Conquests. So the next Men of Iron, and the screen is giving you a nasty kind of yeah. Unfortunately, you can't see the picture that well. There, that's a bit better, isn't it? Maybe if I no, it's just the contrast from the screen that's shouting at me there. It's because I keep the shrink wrap on the lid itself, so it's been opened. There's no shrink back here, but I cut it around, and GMT is one of the few ones that the actual shrink wrap actually stays on the lid. I like doing that, but it does give you a reflection. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. There you go. You can see the whole horseback stuff and things like that. So Men of Iron, you should know the Men of Iron stuff if you're a Wargamer here by now. So we have in here, of course, lots of counters and lots of maps. So lots of battles. So what are the battles? So let's have a look at the battles. Battles we have here. We have Civitate, or San Paolo di Civitate in Italy, 1053. Battle of Fulford in Yorkshire, 1066. I think that's that's Harold Hardrada. We've got Stamford Bridge, Harold Hardrada against Harold Godwinson. Hastings, whoa, okay, that's the kind of the big one, isn't it, for us over in the UK. Tinchebray in Normandy. Again, it's all very, very English. Well, very Norman, I suppose, isn't it? With the exception of the first one in Italy. Battle of Lewis and the Battle of Evesham. So I think those are they? Can't remember if they're Stephen Matilda ones or are they Simon de Montfort. I think it's Simon de Montfort, isn't it? Evesham is Edward the First. Yeah, Simon de Montfort. That's it. Yeah, Edward the First. And what have we got for Lewis? Is again, yeah, it's Henry the Third versus Simon de Montfort. So yeah, those are the. So we get the normal tri-pack rules. even though it's not tri-pack, but it's the tri-pack rules. We have, you should know these, but you know, 23 pages of rules here. Not going to go through them because they're fairly familiar. If you've seen Arquebus as well, or the Men of Iron tri-pack. We have, yeah, I've read out scenarios. This is a scenario book, and it's not as shiny, so it works very well. And we have a lot of maps with not a lot of terrain usually. So what have we got here? So this is, can't see what this one is. This is the Battle of Lewis. I've been to Lewis actually. Yeah, it's a whopping great big hill there, very close to the sea. And we've got Evesham on the back. I won't bother showing it, but we have Hastings here, which I have been also to fairly recently. So not last year, the year before, I think it was. Yes. So Battle Hill there, or Senlac Hill up here. Very nice. Nice big hexes. Big hexes is the thing here. So it's different from the tri-pack. Handy sized maps indeed, yes. And we've got Stamford Bridge. Oh, there's quite a few of these. So Stamford Bridge, Tint Spray, which I think is basically plank. And yeah. And right, we've got the counter sheet. So yeah, bigger counters as well, which is nice for old hands. So we have. Not sure who's who. These look like the Normans, English Normans anyway. Yeah, so King Henry III, Gloucester, Henry I, that kind of stuff. And these look like Simon de Montfort's lot. And yeah, baronial ones. And then over here we have I think Saxons. These are more Normans, I think. Papal army, and what do we got here? Harold. I think more Saxons here as well. So how are we doing? There we go. And Tichy one, Tichy counter sprue. We have the old player aid card, another player aid card. They're all both double-sided, lovely, and flight point track and turn track and some more. I think that's a duplicate. Yeah. So slightly different tables from the other Men of Irons for different weapons and stuff. 2D10s, baggies, and that's a lot. You've got your insert and everything. So there you go. That's your Norman Conquests. And actually, I would like to say that I will do a formal reboxing, or actually, there will be a formal unboxing of Norman Conquest on the channel. That's in production at the moment, so I'm trying to get these things back in a box. So watch out for that. Actually, a proper unboxing. But that's Norman Conquest for the moment. Where are we at the chat? So Into the Woods, Battle of Shiloh. Lots of woods, lots and lots of woods. So, all right. So is that the full thing? Is that the full battle? Yeah, get the Norman Conquest in the full sale. Yes, indeed. And of course, that's always the thing with P500 is that you get slots to actually get 50% off, but you bought the games you wanted anyway, and that's why I always get that. Greetings to Not the War Room. Indeed, it's not the War Room. Don't mention the War Room. Yeah, don't mention the War Room. I think I mentioned it once, but I got away with it. And Grouchy, you got Norman Conquest. Excellent. Good. Hi, Tim. Good to see you. And formal playthrough. Not on your life. No, what do you like? Quests? I don't do quests. Good God. you've been part of this channel for how long, and you request a playthrough, good heavens. I will do for money though, of course. See Jester again. That's him paying you, of course. But you're new to the system, Leonardo. Excellent. Okay, yeah. Well, so have you so this is the first in the series you've got. It's not a tricky game. It's not that difficult. It's fairly light, and it's very bashy. Really, you just kind of knock into each other and see who hangs around. Playing the full battle of Shiloh. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's big stuff. Must have big table. Must have big table on that, or is it on Vassal? But yeah. Nordic Europe, Gettysburg. Lovely. Ah, yes. Yeah, very nice. Never got there. I've never got there. No, never got to any of the Civil War battlefields. All my visits have been sort of businessy, or I was too young to know what was interesting to visit. So, yeah, or been in a place where I've been nowhere near any of them. Well, if you know if you know great battles of history, then Men at Arms is easy. It's kind of GTS to CSS kind of comparison. Actually, this one, it's a much simpler way. You get rid of all the trumping and with the leaders and things like that. Well, a little bit. You've got the sort of seizure mechanism, which is fairly basic. So if you got that one, you'll know. And finished Stalingrad, advanced to the Volga, yes, and Dien Bien Phu on the deck, however you pronounce Dien Bien Phu, right, and Thunder in the East, gosh, so lots of activity going over there, okay, wow, well done. Nordic's got a 6 foot long one, okay, wow, 4 foot by 6 foot. Wow, okay, that's something to brag about, isn't it? Okay, we're all very impressed there, Nordic. Yes, well done. Yeah, big one. Ooh, okay, impressing the ladies, I'm sure. Right. Nordic, you've got Julius Caesar, Alexander, and SPAKR. Well, that's most of them anyway. That's most of it, unless you've gone back to some of the original releases, but those are all the multi-packs. So yes, there's a lot of battles in there. A lot of battles. So next, what do we get? Well, everybody's favourite horror game seems to be out for everybody. And again, this is probably going to shine up a bit, but I'll try and stop it. So it's the Plum Island Horror. So, and Blue has Table Envy. Indeed, absolutely. Yes. Well, your table shrinks with age sometimes. So Plum Island Horror, yes. So there must be about 400 unboxings here, but I'm going to give you my 2 pennyworth. I've actually punched and clipped this stuff. I've actually done a run through on this myself, not on the channel, but just myself. And nice mounted map, which is a great thing here. And I'm going to try and open it out, and it's going to look really terrible, but let's see how it looks. There we go. Oh god, I've just decapitated myself with a Wargame board, or not quite a Wargame, but well, you know what I mean. That's the board. It's kind of tower defense kind of thing. Everything comes from the top, all the nasties, and then you've got to try and get people out of the way and survive. And I have a reference guide which I haven't read yet, and it does say, don't read this unless you've read the rulebook first, I think, or something like that. So do that. It's got the sequence of play on the back as well. Very nice. We have all the factions you can play. There are 6 factions, I think it is. And I'll actually, when we get through to my Discord game, I'll be saying a bit more about this. We have the tracks, and of course the War Room have been doing this stuff with Mike. Mike's been taking people through, taking people through the game. So those are all the tracks, sequence of play. Here are some of the sprues. I haven't punched absolutely everything yet. Nice rounded counters. Don't need to clip on this. And I've got all the various counters out here, and then we have dice bags. Dice bags. That's a rarity, isn't it? So we have dice bags here, and this has a load of cubes. This load of cubey, usual blocky cubey things, and I've dropped one cube, just the cube. We have another dice bag with actual dice. So these are custom dice. These have got shields, halves, half hearts, blanks, and explosions, which is sort of hit dice. And anything. Oh, the cards, of course. So we've got the event cards. The event cards are nasty things happen. No good things happen in the game. Only nasty things happen in the game. These are the event cards. There's a pack of those. You've got the fate card, which is the randomizer. Even though you do have dice, you've got a randomizer for things happening in the game, and what happens, how it controls how the nasties come on board. And then we have search cards, which I haven't really got into, where you can get some goodies in places. You can search locations and gain goodies to help you if you've got the time to do that. So that's Plum Island Horror, and I suggest go and have a gander at somebody else's unboxing, which would be more comprehensive, much more meaningful, and won't waste your time like this is. So, good. Let's put all this away, and it won't go back in the box probably. No, I'll have to sort that out later. But, okay, last one. It's all right. If your attention is flagging, let's have a quick look at the what we've got on the stream here. What's up in there? Right, here we go. No, Cole's happened. Cole's appeared. All right, everybody. Look smart. Cole's here. Watch out. Maybe we should play Tweezer, so we can't get the fullback to finish our other game. Let's try on the other channel, the War Room. Mentioned it again. I might get away with it this time. And maybe we should get another game going, because that seems to have died. Trying to get everybody in the room. Just saying about the War Room. I mean, what news we had last week? What was it? And Tony's leaving. Dun dun dun. Now, I mean, I think we know each other sort of fairly. You know, it's a fairly good kind of relationship we have here on the chat here on Tweezer Talk, and so we can be candid, can't we? Now, I mean, let's be honest, guys. Tony was the only guy worth watching, really. Let's face it. It's really a problem, isn't it? We're left with Ruff and Jester, and I mean, God, really. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen to the numbers, and it's a real shame. And you know, maybe we should have a few seconds silence or something for kind of the death of War Room, because without Tony, I mean, where's it going to go? Really, frankly, I mean, it's the end of an era, absolutely the end of an era. But maybe you don't agree with me, but I know. Secretly you will do. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, but it's just between you and me. Let's not get people upset and stuff. Just we'll keep it to ourselves. Yeah. But real shame about Tony. Absolute disaster, really, from my point of view. Still, anyway, we didn't do that silence, did we? Well, never mind. Let's carry on. Right. What else have we got? We have Nordics trying to get Chariots of Fire and Hoplite. Oh, right. So you're really going for the big for everything. Get the whole set. Lovely. Nordic can take his table down. Wow. So he's flexible. So he's got a 4-footer by 6-footer, and it's flexible. He's able to take it down. Gosh, it's some people, eh? Some people. Simon's going to go for a tennis table, a table tennis table. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're getting some competition here in the chat. Oh, this is table competition. How big is mine? Kind of thing. So, yeah, we've had this. We've had the 4x6er, and now we've got the table tennis table. So, gosh, oh, it's all warming up in the chat here. And Nordic is you're punching banish all their fears as well. Well, you're doing quite a lot here. What was that Shiloh? Into the woods and banish all them. Gosh, somebody's busy. Cole's doing that as well. Okay, so maybe that's a kind of a Scandinavian thing with banish all their fears working. I don't know. And wardrobe way. Ah, he's here. Good. Right. Oh, mate, didn't. Hope you didn't hear a thing about the war room. Oh, mentioned it again. Oops. Don't mention the war room. Battle for Normandy. We had a chat about that about 2 years ago, didn't we? So you've got back to that, have you? Good stuff. What? You hadn't heard what? What? Well, nothing at all. Nordic, you had to tell him. Now he knows. Gosh. Why not two Brits opposite Jester in the war room? Have you been opposite Jester? Yeah, do you really? Help Rough out. It's his problem. He's there. It's his mess. He can lie in it. But yeah, opposite Jester. Gosh, it's a trial. It's really tough. And particularly without Tony there. Oh, I'm going off on a. We shouldn't be talking about this. Yeah, war room, wonderful, lovely thing. Pity about Tony, but yeah, it's going to go from strength to strength, isn't it? Nordic can burn his table out. 4'6", flexible and flammable. Wow, it's great. Gosh, I wish I could have one of those. Right, so good. Anyway, where was I? Third game. God, I'm waffling on, aren't I? Well, waffling is kind of what I'm supposed to do, isn't it? It is a live stream chat, isn't it, after all? So what have we got? Something I've been after for a couple of years, and I haven't talked about it on the channel. I don't think I have at all, and I managed to find a copy in the UK. It's a second printing, and I saw somebody take a photo of it on Twitter. And I just happened to see it and I went, ooh, I'll go and check the local games, well, not the local game store, but one of the online game stores in the UK. And they had a couple of copies. So when this, what is it? Yeah, okay. So it is Black Orchestra. So this is from Starling Games. Never heard of them, but I have heard of the game. It's a cooperative game basically about shooting Hitler, or assassinating him. I've got the box here, but actually there's not much in it. And the reason is because actually it's on the table over there. So I can show you there and actually run through a couple of turns. So looking forward to that. I won't get there yet, but we will see that. Okay, moving on, because the chat seems to have died. I think everybody's either dead, asleep, or left. Doesn't look like they've left, but anyway, or everybody's just praying to Nordic's huge, flexible, burnable table. What? Does tactically nuking someone? Yeah, it probably would. I don't think that's an option in the game, though. I think, you're kind of Germans trying to assassinate him rather than sort of the Allies or anything like that. But, I'll show you it in a bit. Right, where are we? So, my Discord games. So, things I've been playing, but they're not on the channel. And yes, I'm sure everybody's going to complain that, well, there's not much on the channel. And yeah, okay. Point taken. I will get there. We will get there. There will be things when I get, my head out of my arse, really. Black Horse is really good. Yeah, I've played it. I have already played it a few times, and yeah, it is good. It's really tough to win. And so the cooperation is really has to be strong between everybody. There's no oh, one person wins out of the group. It's kind of you win, everybody wins, or everybody loses. That's your lot, kind of thing. Discord games, right? So let's see if I can get this working. So, and by magic, let's try it. Ta-da! Nope, that didn't work. Nope. Oh God, where's it gone? Ah, I know. There we go. Ta-da! You should be seeing my vassal there, which is next war Vietnam. So still very new game here. We had a bit of a hiatus as my opponent in Australia has he's been firefighting, he's been off on holiday, he's been everything. I'm not sure. Maybe he's trying to avoid me. I don't know. But anyway, it's on a little bit of a hiatus here. We're still on turn 1. We're about to do the normal Chinese move and attack phase. So we've had all the special stuff for the turn 1. Now we're going to do the normal one. But I suppose the thing to note here, we've just done the supply phase, and if I zoom in, let me zoom in. So off to the east here, and I missed it completely. Off to the east here, I was able to, in my movement phase, sneak this tank unit up and actually cut off his attack column here. So these guys and these guys are out of supply. He has been able to supply one of the guys, well, both of the guys here, but he hasn't been able to supply these guys by emergency supply. So these guys are out of supply. So I count that as a bit of a victory on the first turn. I thought that was quite a nice sneaky move, but he's got his movement and combat to do yet. If we go up to the north, where most of the action is happening here, these guys were cut off because of Zox, but I flew in some emergency supply and it actually worked. So he is actually supplied now. On the main map, yeah, aircraft. It's not fun. It's not great at the moment. We've lost a load of, well, not a lot. We've been blown out of the sky really by the Chinese here. Although we did lose the use of planes for the first turn as well. The old chat's moving. What's happening here? Nordics now really just, I mean, mate, put it away, all right? We've had enough. And Black Horse is in French, really? Okay, but you had the English edition already. Well done. It was the first edition, isn't it? Because that went out of print very quickly and disappeared. And I was like, oh, like that. Ooh, never got it. So, Hex to Hex, hello. Afternoon, evening, whatever. Good to see you. And we're not mentioning the War Room. Damn, mentioned it again. God. Yeah, we're not mentioning the War Room. And again. Right. So yeah, what's going on here? Aircraft not brilliant, but as the Vietnamese, which I am, we've got US intervention, but most of their aircraft are over in Japan, and they can't really do anything for the first turn. All they can do is restage. So they can restage, and then they've got to actually supply themselves. So they're not going to be available for a couple of turns. Although, of course, it's going to ramp up. But as I say, on the actual battlefield itself, they're not doing too badly. The Chinese haven't really got very far. They landed some airborne troops down the south there, but I mean, it's not a lot you can do about that really. When your air force has been tanked, so yeah, they're down here. I've got some reinforcements are likely to come in that sort of orangey tan area down the bottom, so which is why he's put them there to stop my reinforcement really. So that's next where we are. As I say, it's a little bit of hiatus at the moment, but we'll get back to it. What have we got next? We have Pericles. So this is a game. Again, it hasn't been going too long. We're towards the end of the first turn, and yeah, I think we've only got a couple of issues left to deal with in Corcyra and Sicily for the Athenians. I'm the Spartans. I'm the Agiads. Looking at the honour, I'm in first place, but not by much. Highlights of the turn so far. So the Athenians have got into Corsair in Sicily. I did a natty move, which converted Iona onto the Spartan alliance. So that means I can start building units there and stuff. And we're next to Persia, so we can start building bases in Persia as well. So that's all good. And we get out of this stranglehold that Athens has around Sparta as well. So that was a good move there, I think. And yeah, all they've been able to do is just move some fleets in. They haven't been able to build anything. We built a couple of Spartan fleets and some more Spartan armies, so we're kind of tooling up. It's all peace still, but I suspect we might end up with war next turn anyway. That's Pericles, and next we have this here. So it's my wing leader Kursk campaign. So we're coming to the end of this. This is the last of the 5 scenarios, and what we have here, we have a couple of artillery positions which I'm defending, which the Soviets and my opponent with A-20 Bostons, yeah I know, Soviet ones, are dropping bombs on. I've been trying to defend with a couple of flights of FW-190s who have given up and flown away, and I've still got some ME-109s with gun pods here who are trying to do good things. Not this guy, that guy. And yeah, so what we've got to the stage of this game where we find out how the bombs have gone. So I'm going to actually run the log here, so you'll find out at the same time as I do what happens here. So we have bomb load drop on this artillery and bomb load drop on that artillery, and I haven't done it, it's my opponent, so we just run through their log. So here we go. So bombing, J0 is this one over here with the A-20 next to the barrage. So we look and it says no DRM. Interesting, I thought there was a DRM for being barrage, but okay, we'll go with it. A 7 is 10%. So the A-20, if we look up here, the A-20 Havoc has a bomb value of 11. So it's basically 10% of that, which is kind of 1. Which is not good, but he only needs 1 hit on one of the artillery. He needs more than 4 hits on the other one, so it's not terrible. So and on L0, so that's 1 hit here. You can just about see it in the little corner there. So it's not attacked by flak, so it gets a +1. An 8 goes to a 9. 25%. 25% of 11 is 2.5. 3 hits, yeah, round up. So 3 hits. I don't think that's enough. So that's his. I'm going to check the scenario book. I didn't think that's enough for him to win, and that's the last of his bombers. So there's another bomber here, but he's already dropped a load and missed completely. So let's have a look here. So the victory conditions: achieve heavy damage 4+ hits on one artillery, and slight damage 1+ hit on another. But he's got 1 and 3, so he hasn't won. However, there are possibilities of getting extra VPs here by aircraft losses, and I'm actually quite dangerously teetering on that. So yeah, that's big news. So there you go. You've seen the game in action, and this is the crucial bit of the scenario. So next, my BF-109G here will be attacking this A-20 Boston squadron here and see what comes off. And I'm hoping I don't lose an aircraft. I've been losing aircraft steadily here. If we look at my schedule here of my aircraft, so we've got the 2 Focke-Wulf 190s up at the top here, which have taken a loss each. Another BF-109G. Oh, that's one that's actually, that shouldn't be there. That should be there. So this guy who's gone home as well. is my expert. My ace was in there, but he hasn't lost anything. But everybody else has taken a loss, so it's 4 losses. And if I take 5, I think I lose a victory point, which is equivalent to losing the scenario. It's the flip. You get a victory point for winning or losing, but you can actually lose extra victory points here. So that's not good. But I think even if I do that, it'll end up as a stalemate for the game. So currently it's here on +1 stalemate on the Soviet side. So if I win, that goes down up by 1. But if I lose 5 or more aircraft, it goes up by 1. So that's still stalemate, but it is on the Soviet side. But it will be back in the centre if I win and I don't lose 5 aircraft. So the idea, I think, for me to get 1, I need to kill 14 of his, and he's lost quite a few. But so how many losses has he got here? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need to knock another 5 of his aircraft out, and that's not going to happen. I've only really got 1 functioning. Well, I've got this guy in a dogfight, but it's unlikely I'm going to knock those over. But anyway, that's Kursk. So we've done Kursk and Pericles, and next war Vietnam. So those are the ones which I've shown you before, and it's all gone silent in the chat, so everybody's concentrating on this. Yeah, sure. So what else have I got? Well, I did promise you before that there was going to be some extra stuff here, so I'm in a Plum Island horror game on Discord. So I am the Greens, and the Greens are the Neighbourhood Watch. Now we only really just started. We only had a couple of activations. This is the turn sequence. Where is the turn sequence? Turn sequence there. So we've only had two chits out. So there have been 2 other players other than me. All I've been able to do really is these are civilians which you're trying to save, and I've been able to persuade one to move south away from all the baddies. These are the baddies. And I've done the same thing here. I've moved another one down here on follow-ons, and you're looking at you're looking for my lost aircraft of the finest fleet. Yeah, Sea Jester. I keep telling you, all that kind of thing. Sea Jester, he'll reimburse you for yeah. But if you can find him, thanks very much. Yes, hopefully not lose that victory point. So yes, that's all I've been able to do here. We have repaired the light and power, so we've got a load of supplies. The repairman has fixed the power station, which is great. Not much else has happened really, other than that. So, but that's Plum Island Horror, and yeah, it hasn't been going long, so it hasn't been much to see. Finally, and this game hasn't quite started yet here, so not going to go into it, but people on the channel might recognise this. We have 1940 Night Paris from VUCA Simulations, and this is going to be the campaign game. So I'm playing it opposite one other person. I am the Germans, and I've just set up my turn 1. So on turn 1, all that happens is, I don't know if you know the game, but everything comes in the reinforcements, including the stuff to come on at the start of the game. So at the start of the game, there's effectively nothing on the board. I know there are these forts are on there, but they kind of give you that in the vassal module, so you don't have to go and keep placing them in the place that they need to be. But my turn 1 is effectively a reinforcement, and so what we've got here, I zoomed in, we have von Emmek's task force of brigades to come in and try and naively think they can just take over the Liège forts. So these are coming in, as I say, infantry brigades, a bit of artillery but not a lot, and some cavalry. And down here we've got some also infantry and cavalry there. Yeah, so this is sort of second army guys coming in. Turn 2 they'll move, and more guys, and pretty much the first sort of 4 turns it just, the counters pile on and on to the map, but that's all that's on at the moment, so not much to see. But tell you what, it's quite a nice quite a nice vassal mod. Actually, you've got the fog of war. So as you can see, these guys again. I'll zoom in again. These guys have got this grey border around the counter. So that means that from the French side or the Allied side, you can't see that until you either do aerial reconnaissance. Aerial reconnaissance is that sort of silver coin symbol in the middle there, so of 1. So you can do that number of air reconnaissances to try and flip over in the physical game your opponent's stuff. Or if they come hoving within view, you can see them, then they flip over naturally because you can see them coming. And yeah, so that's so up against Liège. There aren't at the moment, but there will be some Belgian troops in there. Those are just the forts. We've got the Namur forts there, and we've got the Antwerp forts up here. Loads of them. And that's 1940 NAC Paris. So if we're going to go, for further chats and stuff, then this will grow into something big. Hopefully, you never know with vassal games, things kind of break down and you have to stop them and stuff. But yeah, so that's my Discord games currently operating. That's 5 of them. That's more than enough for me. I don't think my brain can take much more than that. So let's put me back on. You can see me again. Good. So what do we've talked about the new games. We've talked about my Discord games. We talked about Alton Con, and we found out that Simon is a Wargame skiing its dead. I will keep mentioning that. Am I going to live stream any of my Paris campaign? Interesting. I haven't actually asked my opponent yet, but I think I will if we can maybe do excerpts of it. But it's first refusal. If he says no, then no. So watch this space, but not keenly, shall I say, because it might not happen. But I am intending to ask. He's currently reading the rules, rereading the rules. He has played a bit of quite a bit of NAC Paris, but it's been a while, and it was his suggestion to play the game actually. So it wasn't. But hopefully he'll get his ducks lined up, and then I might ask him to see if he wants to come on the channel or not. But at the moment it's an unknown, but there is a possibility. But thanks for asking, kid. Good. So we've done Discord games. All that's done. Alton Con I talked about. Incoming games. Right. So I think last time I talked about several games I got on Kickstarter. I probably talked quite a bit about The Enemy is at the Gates, and I won't mention it anymore because it's now boring, even for me. I talked about Ilau 1807 from Sound of Drums, 1793 Patriots and Traitors, and also talked about something else. Other Side of the Hill as well. So, but nothing's happened on those. They're still on Kickstarter, happening sometime later in the year. So I'm not going to mention them again. But there are a couple of other things. So firstly, I've just ordered, because I just found out them. I didn't know this actually existed. But 2 expansions for Black Orchestra. So there is what's known as conspirator packs. And I'll go through what conspirators are in the game in a minute. But it's basically an expansion. You get more options. It's basically which personality you play as a conspirator. You get more options. So I think there's 6 in each. So it's just an expansion of your options there. But it was fairly cheap. I think they were about £4.50 each. So why not? Just get them. So I've just ordered those. What I've also ordered, and I want to see if I can find this. I think I closed it. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, so and I've been I have banged that on there. I have banged about in the past about the High Frontier for All. Where is the game? probably inaccessible at the moment. Don't know where I put it actually. High Frontier for All. High Frontier. Oh, it's right behind me. So give me a second to get that out. So High Frontier for All from Ion Game Design. So this is Phil Eklund, and but you probably the board kind of gives it away. If you've seen it before, you've seen it before. It's that weird gravity board. So they've released. It's not an expansion. It's a standalone game, and it's once you've finished High Frontier for All. So once you've got your solar system sorted out, you're coming out of your solar system, and this is called. Let me put me thing. There we go. It's called Interstellar. Now this has absolutely nothing to do with the film. So for starters, okay, great film. This has nothing to do with it. So, so I just, as you can see, I just signed up for that. So that should be coming sometime next week. And human-machine hybrids you play, and you just go and explore the stars. I'm not sure if they've got they haven't actually got a look at the board there. Let me see. I've got a board game geek. Maybe I can. Let me look for. You show people. So these are fairly technical. So High Frontier for All is quite a technical game. Here we go, 2023. So it came out at the back end of last year, and I missed it. I was looking forward for it, and then kind of just forgot. There we go. We got a picture there. So, but it's a different game. It's a standalone game. You don't have to play it after High Frontier, and I don't think it completely links. Actually, you might be able to link the two, or you kind of the outcome of what you can do when doing the futures scenarios of High Frontier for All. You can then lead on to this, but I don't know yet. I'll have to get the game and have a look. But so we've got that coming. Interstellar. That along with Black Orchestra, Conspirator Pack 1 and 2, and of course the other ones I talked about in the last chat. And if you want to go back to that and have a look, you can. But you know, I don't want to repeat things too much. So that's back to me. Right. So what I'm going to try and do now is my usual really bad technical wizardry, and see if I can get over to my table. So God, what have I done? Here we go. So I've got that. Just showing that I was kind of missed the chat here. So let's have a quick look. Jeff, you want to see that comparison? I will ask. I will ask, but it's not entirely up to me. Seventh Citadel. Don't know that one, Mike. What's that about? Oh, Heavy Cardboard did Insta. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, I did see that. Just as, and I thought, ooh, nice. So that was quite a long one, and I watched a bit of it. Actually, live. It came up live, but they were kind of in the middle of explaining the rules, sort of looked like about 3/4 of the way explaining the rules, and so it was kind of, and it was late, and I was like, yeah, brilliant. Here it was about, I don't know, midnight or something. So, and Ken, module 4. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, I'll have a look. I've only got 1 and 2 anyway. I don't think I've got 3. So, Exodus. Yes, right. Yes, of course. I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, I like the games. Well, I like High Frontier. I think it's a cool game. Bloody frustrating most of the time. You're just like, God, bloody hell, you can't get your rocket going. Can't get me rocket going. Unlike people like Nordic, who seem to be able to sort out his table really, really well. Right, let's try and get this technical stuff going before you all fall asleep. And so, hang on. Right, hold on. Okay, we're getting there. Talk amongst yourselves, have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, if you like coffee. And let's see, yeah, look at that. Hey, how's that going? So this is Black Orchestra. I'm just going to stretch over, really awful way, the microphone, although you might be able to hear me on the other microphone. Not sure. No, just have to listen to me from a distance. So I'm going to raise my voice. Okay, so right, here's the board. Sounds like you guys have played it before, but I'm just going to run through a couple of turns. We have the event cards at the top, 7 different eras, which is about the German expansion, so you can only move in the areas that are available, and you start off in era 1. I've got these 2 conspirators here. When you're playing solo, you play 2 conspirators. We've got General Hans Oster and Henning von Treschkow. They start off timid, so they're not really that interested in standing up to Hitler, and they're under medium suspicion, and they start off with nothing. So in each of these squares here, you've got these little envelope counters, which on the other side has an item which you might be able to find useful. So at the start of a turn, you check if your guys, and they start here at the train station, are next to any of the major nasties. Do let me know if you can hear me. You should be able to hear me. The slider seems to be coming up and down. So you should be able to hear me. If you're next to one of these guys, which are Hitler, Himmler, Goering, etc., if you are, then they'll actually affect you badly. So, but we don't start with that. So then we move on. We take 3 actions. So we can take an action that the guys have, which they don't really at the moment. You can collect an item. So if you're on a space with one of these envelopes, you can pick it up. You can conspire, although you need to be motivated to do the conspire. Conspire is you roll 3 dice, and for each target symbol you get, you put it up here on the descent track, and once you get 3 of those, one of the conspirators can be more motivated, or you can affect the military support Hitler has, which is here, starts at 2. I'm going for easy at the moment because just the first game. You can deliver an item if there's an item that needs to be delivered. You have to see the cards for that. Move. You can try and release people from prison. You can reveal an item, flip it over once you've got it, and or you can transfer items. So there we go. So we start. We're both timid, so we can't do a conspire, and we also can only hold 2 cards. So at the beginning, there's not much is happening here. Right, so let's start off with Hans Oster here. So he's the orange guy here, and we will do a dossier. So we will, we'll try and pick up a card. So we have military secrets. So one of our actions, we can discard the card in Zurich or Stockholm, and Hitler's military support will drop by 1. Oh, that's nice. Now, that's got an illegal symbol on it, so if the SS catch us with that, then we can be disposed of. So this is Hans Oster. He can have 2 of these cards. I think, so he's got 3 actions. So I think we will move. Now, if we move here, we may end up next turn next to one of these guys, and we don't want to do that. So we can move into the rest of Berlin here. So he will move to the Sports Palace for his second action, and then he will collect the item, which is explosives. Put that there. And then we turn over to Mr. Treschkow. Treschkow will do pretty much a similar thing. So he's got a plot card. So these are the ways you kill Hitler. So you need to have one of these. you roll some dice, and the number of dice you have depends on how many of these elements you have in the. Oops, you can see it. You can see it. Yes. So that's kind of long-term card. So good to have that. He's going to move maybe to the Zoig house, and he's going to pick up as well more explosives. Lovely. Then we pick up the first event card. So what's happening? Right, so the Blomberg Fritsch affair. So we raise Hitler's military support by 1, so that number goes to there. And we move Goering to the Chancellery. So Goering is down here in Munich, and he goes up to the Chancellery. And that's our event there. And then you run around again. So you then check where your guys are in comparison to these. If they're co-located with one of the nasties, then whatever the nasty does, we'll discard an item, or lose your motivation, that kind of stuff, and we carry on. I've probably been going for quite a while here actually, so probably won't do any more than that. And it sounds like you guys know the game anyway. Let's just check with the chat. It's an Nordic, yeah. This is Black Orchestra, yes. Want to see a bit more? Want to see a bit more? Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I did that slightly wrong. So you reveal item first. So these explosives are actually still there. You have to then collect it. So you reveal, then you collect. So yes. Next turn. Yeah, let's do one more turn. So yeah, I'm not. My guys are not anywhere co-located with any of the nasty, so that's fine. So we've got the 3 actions again. So our General Oster here, he can collect the item. So he'll do that. That's for 1. He doesn't really want to go anywhere else here. 2, and he'll pick up another dossier, I think. So stockpile equipment. So I can discard the card and choose an item from the discard pile. Okay. That's good. So we can lose these things, these little items, and then you can get them back. Use a stockpile equipment. And so we go on to General von Treshkov. So he's up here. He's picked that up. One action. He will then move back to here, and then he will pick a card. And we have another plot C, derailed train. Okay, so these elements here, the items can be part of that. We've got explosives, and none of our plots want explosives, so these aren't very useful at the moment. Okay, that's that done, and then we have an event card. The Anschluss. So raise Hitler's military support by 1. Ouch. Okay. Move Hitler and Goering to Munich. So Hitler and Goering end up down there, which frees up some spaces up here, which is nice. And that's it. And see, next turn we're not co-located. Start with General Oster. We'll move into here. Flip it over. More explosives. Don't think we need more explosives. And these are quite nice. Yeah, for the 3rd he might actually use the military secrets. So we'll pull down the military support with that. So that's discarded. So that's his. So he moved, revealed, and played the military secrets. That's his 3. Mr. Treshkov. Let's move twice. 1, 2 to Adlerhorst, and then reveal this item, which is a signature. Does he need a signature for his 2 plots? No. Oh well. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. That's his turn done. Got an event card. And what's happening now? Parade in Berlin. Hitler celebrates Heroes Remembrance Day in Berlin. Move Hitler, Goebbels and Hess to the Zeug House. So Hess, Goebbels and Hitler to Zeug House. All the Wehrmacht in Berlin lower their suspicion by 1. So these guys, well, Treskov is Wehrmacht, Oster is Abwehr. So his suspicion is he's not in Berlin, he's in Adlerhorst. So brilliant. While this is the current event, ignore 2 bad options on the plot attempts. If we're going to do a plot, these are the bad dice, and it says you can ignore 2, but we're nowhere near doing that. So that's Parade in Berlin. Bit of a bugger. It was the wrong guy. But never mind. Right, that'll probably do. You can see a bit about the game there anyway. That should give you enough of an idea. Yeah, Prime Minister Nordic. Yeah, I've got that, and yeah, I do want to play that sometime. Indeed, I think I was going to bring it. I was looking to bring it to AltonCon and trying it out with a few people. Groucho, yeah, solo's great. Yeah, I mean, it kind of works because it's a co-op. So if you've got a co-op, you know, it's kind of solo with more brains, isn't it? Let's face it. So anyway, back to here. How have we been going? We've been going now 20 minutes. So that's probably long enough for everybody. How else are we doing in the chat? Yeah, I suppose you could. Yeah, you could play more conspirators, I suppose, if you wanted to as a solo. Yeah, so it's a solo. There isn't any special solo rules. It just says play 2 people, and that's it. So, good. Right. Well, I think that's probably it for the evening. I'm not going to go the full 2 hours like you know who, them over there thing. You know, don't mention them. And yeah, it's. I'll probably end it there. So, thanks very much in the chat. And hope you have a great weekend and carry on. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe or not. It's up to you, really. But we're over 2,500, so must be doing something right. And very laid back, absolutely. Yes, I've got a bad back, so I have to lay back. No, no problem. And I mean, the War Room will probably be back next week, and you'll all be really, really bored for the whole 2 hours. Instead of my shorter period. But them's the breaks, really. The things you have to put up with these days in wargaming. And there will be some more stuff on the channel, I swear, at some point. It's all very busy over here, Shay Tweezer. But we'll be showing you something shortly. And remember that Norman Conquests unboxing thing. So there's a special. It will be coming up. Watch out for that. And thanks for sitting in. I'm sitting in. I'm usurping. Sitting in seems like I'm doing them a favour. I'm not. I'm usurping their time. Don't forget a like button. Yeah, if you like, if you like the like button, hit the, yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, good night, good bless, good afternoon, good evening, and have a good weekend. Until next time, this is Alan from the Tweezer. Say goodbye. Cheerio.